My biggest takeaways from the two interviews that were done, the interview with the speech language pathologist and the interviews with conducting my FBA, functional behavior assessment, um, were that as a teacher in the classroom, my data is vitally important. That's one of the biggest things that I learned is that the things that I see and the things that I observe are the things that I have to compare to what the family sees and what the family observes. Is this something that is just done in the school setting? Is it something that is done in the home as well? When interviewing the speech and language pathologist, she just kept referring back to the fact that you see the student daily. You see the student way more than I do. You see the student in the most natural school setting. Now, of course, school settings aren't always the most natural, but I do see those students in the most natural school setting. Now, how will I apply what I've learned in the future to working with individuals on the spectrum is just to know that if I see something that raises a red flag, I should write it down, no matter what. If there is, just something that I should take note of. Oh, a student's tardy every day from this period, or a student, things that stand out. I actually, during this time frame, also talked to my school psychologist a little bit, and he said one of the most interesting things is that you can sit down in a classroom and you might not even be there to observe a specific student. You might be there to observe a different student. But as you sit in the classroom and you look at the students and you see things and you hear things and you're prone to look and pay attention to those things, then a lot of times you could possibly be working with somebody who's on the spectrum. Okay? And that being said, we need to document. We need to keep record. We need to get to know our students. We need to see the things in the classroom that are behaviors that we might not see every day from our general education group. The other thing that was a big takeaway for me is I really enjoyed learning about the functions of behavior. We actually just had a professional development day for our district where our special education department did a presentation on SEAT, which is the sensory, the scape, the attention, and the tangible. And I loved hearing that acronym because I was like, I'm going to remember this forever. Like, those with autism have a hard time staying in their seat. Why? Why do they have a hard time staying in their seat? Is it sensory? Is it escape? Is it attention? Or is it tangible? And I really loved really getting to know those four things and understanding that there's something to the function of there's something to the behavior. We have to find out the function of that behavior. We have to figure out what is their drive. I know I've talked to many close friends that have children who are on the spectrum, and they talk about the student's drive all the time. Like, oh, my son loves trash trucks, or my son loves this. And, these students, they have drives. They have things that they love. They have things that they want to be part of. And we have to help them to enjoy their school with their interests. We have to help them to stay in that seat. How can we help them stay in that seat and learn from the person that's presenting in front of them? So yeah, I think the two biggest things are that I took away from conducting the FBA and interviewing with the speech and language pathologist is that I really need to keep track of things. I need to keep data. Even if it's not formal data, informal data can be the start of something that may lead to formal data. And then I need to understand why. Why does that student not stay in their seat? Once again, sensory, escape, attention, or tangible. What one is driving the function of their behavior? What is driving them to do the things they do?